Did you know that even MrBeast's videos didn't get views at the start of his channel?
Your first video is not going to get views.
And what do you need to do today to become as successful on YouTube as he is now?
Just start making stuff.
You have to start messy.
And just get to work and start uploading.
Just start making videos on YouTube about whatever you enjoy.
In this video, we're looking for advice from the top YouTubers. What do they say to the questions beginners always ask?
How to start a YouTube channel.
You have to start messy. And I think about this, you know, I have some tactics as we get into it, but now that I've had the chance to coach so many different people that have started YouTube channels and grow their YouTube channels, I've realized that really the first thing that holds us back is ourself and our fears and our mindsets. We feel like we're not ready. We feel like, man, is anybody gonna care? We feel like, am I gonna be judged? Is there gonna be negative comments? And these are all legitimate mindsets, but you're not gonna get results if you don't start. You're never gonna know if you don't start. Everything that you want in life is outside of your comfort zone. You have to just start.
How to choose a right topic.
It's totally okay for your niche to emerge over time. Yes, you can take a very calculating route and plot it out in advance and be like, okay, this is my path. Or you can do what I recommend, which is just start making videos on YouTube about whatever you enjoy, whatever you want. If I was starting on YouTube, I wouldn't really worry about the niche thing. I just think, you know what? Let me make videos about the things that I enjoy, maybe some close-up magic because I'm not a total loser. Maybe like iPhones, maybe like, you know, my favorite pen, maybe like, you know, tips of getting started on YouTube, maybe life as a medical student, maybe like whatever experiences in my life that I enjoy talking about and that I think I could teach on the internet. That is the stuff I would start making videos about.
I think you said you've gone through a dictionary and would just like pick random words to see if you can find good video ideas in there.
It works actually better than you would think.
You still do that?
Yeah. So basically, it's not just a dictionary. It's you want to take in inspiration and then see what pops in your head. So say a random word. Any word. Something you don't think I will think you're going to say.
Mannequins.
Okay, well, there's mannequins behind us. Okay.
Okay.
So can a million mannequins stop a car? Can 10,000 mannequins stop a tank, right? Or what happened? I hate to make them all the same, but what if you put a million mannequins on train tracks and try to hit it with the train? What happens? You know. But the point is, you take in random inspiration, you see what pops in your head, you write them down, and then usually 1 out of every 100 is good. And so that's why I like to flip to the dictionary.
When it comes to ideas, and this is something we do, I just don't think we've talked about it enough.
No, for sure.
He said to think of 100 ideas, bring it down to the top 10, and then choose one. He goes, I can't believe when people think of one video idea and they just go and make it. Keep in mind, he's working with like MrBeast. He's working with people who require a like killer video idea. The point is, ideas matter so much on YouTube. Start with volume and then work your way in to the best one.
How to grow your YouTube channel.
You are not successful in my eyes because whenever you see some outcome, you stop the activities, which means you don't have the trait of consistency. I was like, the reason you aren't where you want to be is because you can't do things repeatedly. And so most people can't do one thing over and over again. You need to be able to do the doing without seeing the result of your doing. And you have to keep doing it. And if you can keep doing things independent, and this is both ways, if it goes really well, you keep doing the thing that got you there. And if it's not going well, yet, you keep doing the thing so that you get good enough that one day it will. And that's the shift that most people don't make.
And so we think, and we have mistakenly defined success on YouTube as you got to get a silver play button, you got to get a gold play button. It's about getting as many views as possible. And I believe that's a flawed definition of success. Views or subscribers are not the only metrics for success. One of the underappreciated benefits of starting a YouTube channel is the connections and communities that you build with your audience. YouTube allows you to build a loyal and engaged following, which can lead to opportunities for monetization, other forms of income, collaborations, and even career opportunities.
You don't have to have any followers to have a post go viral. So the social media that I grew up on, you had to amass followers for anyone to see your stuff. What's happened in the last 12 months is the game is completely flipped. Now, even if you have no followers, your first post can get 10,000 views. If it's good, all of you give a shit about something. And if you make content about that on social media, that's free. That can be the gateway to a whole new world for you. But you just can't talk about it. You gotta start being about it.
How to set goals.
Back in the day, my goals used to be very subscriber-based or view-based. But one thing I've learned, and I think you've probably learned this as well, is like, everything you want as a YouTube creator, every freaking goal you want to hit, whether it be subscribers, you want to hit 1 million or 10 million or whatever, will come if you just make the best videos possible. And so my goal
and this is what it will be till the day I die, is to make the best YouTube videos possible. And so if my hypothetical goal was 300 million subscribers in 10 years, that will happen if I just make the best videos possible. If my goal is to get 50 million views a video, that will happen if I just make the best video. Whatever it is, you know, just focus on making the best videos possible, and all these other vanity, arbitrary metrics will just fall into play.
And so people are making podcasts and thinking in 90 days they're somehow going to blow up. When the reality is that you're finding your voice for the first year. You're figuring out what way you communicate. You're learning how to teach, how to entertain, how to present. You're learning how to speak. And you're also learning about the stuff that you're learning meantime, right? Like in that period of time, I might not have had as much stuff that was as cool in the beginning that applied to as many people, because the first 150 episodes is just me talking about how to run a gym better. Right around 150, I start talking about marketing in general, because that's what I was into at the time. And then I start talking about sales, and I start talking about business in general and M&A and things as they've evolved over time. And so the subject matter, as well as my skill in delivering it, both improved over that period of time. And now the podcast is top 10 on entrepreneurship and very high ranked in business. Next to names that I looked up to my whole career. I'm like, holy cow, I'm like, we just went above this guy that I've been looking up to my whole life. It doesn't take 90 days. It takes years. If you think in days, the time's gonna pass no matter what. But if you can think in decades, when you make your goals, when that decade does pass, it'll show that you were thinking that way, right? Not the outcome of the goal, make the action the goal. If the action is, did I make the post, did I make the reach outs every day, then you're a success. You check both boxes.
How often should you post videos?
I think so. And that's why sometimes, creating even more content is not necessarily a bad thing, because somebody might skip a day. And if they watch your video today and they didn't watch yesterday, they'll be like, oh, I
might go back.
She had one yesterday, so let me go back and watch that. I mean, I think it's really just about like focusing on what your audience is. Sometimes you might not know what your audience is, but just listen to them.
The answer is as much consistent quality content as you can. So let's break this down. Consistent quality content. Consistency could mean anything. It could mean once a week, once a month, once a year, but really you want to do it as much as you can. The other side of this is the quality. If you're going to be pushing out every single day a video that's not very good, I actually don't recommend that. I think you should spend time doing maybe one video once a week that is really, really good.
What equipment do you need to get started?
Lesson number 7 is that at the start of the journey, gear doesn't really matter. I know plenty of YouTubers in the educational space who have just been filming with their iPhone, some to this day who just film with their iPhone, and they've got hundreds of thousands of subscribers and are making at least 6 figures a year here on YouTube, and they're just filming with their phone. Gear does not matter at the start. However, if you can afford gear and you can level up your production value, it is one thing that makes your content stand out from the crowd. But again, this depends on your target audience. There's like a sweet spot for production value.
I want you to know you don't need the newest iPhone to do this. That's why mine's dying all the time. I have an iPhone 12. So I know newer ones might have slightly longer battery life, but honestly, the footage looks the same. Like the video's still in 4K, it looks crisp, it looks great. Unless you're really wanting to go next level and shoot in the new like Apple ProRes log format that they have on the 15s, like you don't need the newest phone, just film on what you have.
And if you are interested in YouTube growth, check one more video with complete YouTube strategy for 2025.